we'll have a rough idea of the footprint of the island, how large we want it to be, how high we want it to be. The overall shape and idea about this island will be like, oh, there will be a large ridge here, or there will be a large cavern you go into or something.
That's it, we get the terrain and then the major height changes pretty much how we want it to start with, and then that gets play tested a little bit, but not a massive amount at that stage.
Yeah, you want to play test it for the amount of time it takes to walk from one place to another place, or what views you can get from certain angles.
Thieves Haven is a good example of how that initial play testing can kind of prove that an island can be way too big. And so we actually just chopped it in half. But obviously once we've got the size roughly how we want it, we can then start laying on the landscape and the terrain and start blocking out the rock forms, which is really important at that stage as well, because although we have to think about the top-down silhouette for the map, we also have to think about the silhouette from distance.
You want it to look cool near a sunset.
Right?
Where the silhouette plays up on the horizon, that's the moment you're looking for.
And it's recognisable on the map and recognisable when they're sailing around on the boat. And then once we're happy with that phase, that's when we start layering on, say, the foliage and all the, I'd say, mid-level detail. So the trees and the bushes and things like that, the smaller rocks. And then once we're happy with that, we'll start layering on some of the smaller detail, like the pebbles and the ground cover paint.
Then we'll add another layer of art on top of that, which is the areas of interest, which is these little stories that make the world feel a bit more believable and feel a bit more lived in. For instance, on Thieves Haven, there's been a rock slide, so you see all these rocks in the sea below, and then obviously sometime after the rock slide, someone put a wooden walkway on top of that. So it makes it feel like things have a history behind them.
I think that's a good thing with the lore stuff in the islands. It's like some are more remote and nobody's probably set foot on them before. And then others feel a little bit more as though pirates have been there before, they've inhabited it, they've created these walkways and these...
things have been built and rebuilt and destroyed in a battle.
It's just adding that little bit more finesse to those areas.
Really, in everything we do, we try to create a fun experience for the player and try to immerse them completely into the world of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, just like the ship battling and the other fun stuff we can do in Sea of Thieves, we want to make the islands as memorable.
Exactly.